Remember to like, subscribe, comment, add me as a friend, poke me on Facebook, shove a finger in my app. There's a good chance you spend a lot of time on social media. Nowadays, if someone asks for your Instagram and you say you don't have one, they're gonna think you live under a rock. Which I actually do, and it's pretty nice, because I don't have to pay rent. So who's actually the winner here? I think that social media has changed a lot throughout the years, and not exactly in a good way. If you time traveled all the way back to 2004, and told our friend Zaki over here that Facebook will become an art gallery of AI generated pictures that everybody above 60 seems to think are completely real, he would probably call the police on you. But how did we even get here? We would have to travel a year further, to 2003, when MySpace was created. You probably have no idea what MySpace is, and honestly, I don't know either. I don't even know where I am. Who are you? What do you want from me? MySpace was the first social media to really go viral, reaching over 1 million active users. There was just one small issue. Nobody knew what they were doing because MySpace was the first of its kind. Yes, you could argue it had some predecessors, but let's just take those nerd glasses off for a moment, okay? I'm trying my best. I'm not as smart as you are, I'm not as strong as you are, I'm not as pretty as you are. Please just let me finish this. Therefore, MySpace had to experiment. But not in the fun way. No, it was in the, oh no, I just broke everything way. And a great example of this would be profile customization. Because to this very day, there isn't a single mainstream social media that gives its users as much freedom to design their profile page as MySpace did. You could open up someone's page and be greeted with the most mind-boggling combination of colors, pictures, quotes, songs playing in the background, and anything else, because as long as you knew how to code, you could do anything you wanted. However, if you open up the profile page of someone who knew how to code a bit too well, it could pretty much lead to your computer exploding. Combined with the egregious amount of bugs MySpace had at that time, and you could imagine that the user experience wasn't exactly optimized. Now, while all of this was happening, Facebook was watching from the shadows, and they realized two things needed to be done. Get rid of all the unnecessary fluff MySpace was filled with, and make sure the user's computer doesn't end itself when using the website. To put it into perspective, if MySpace is the high school / college student who likes to experiment and wants to be social and express themselves, Facebook is a 55-year-old office worker who wears the same white shirt every day and doesn't know how to send an email. The year is now 2004 and Facebook is launched. If you wanted to sign up, you would have to use an official university email. Also, a leaked chat from this year shows that this is exactly when Zaki's obsession with collecting personal information began. It's now 2006 and Twitter has officially released, but nobody cares because Facebook has just been made public for everybody, not just students. And it heavily encourages you to use your real name, which is the complete opposite of MySpace, where names like Ethan Starlust are the complete norm. So suddenly, Facebook has become this serious platform where even older people can network. Facebook also introduced this shiny new thing called the newsfeed, which is a timeline of posts, status changes, and anything else that the algorithm thinks is relevant to you. That sounds kind of familiar. The newsfeed was so personalized that a lot of users started complaining, but it was also so popular that it will finally tip the scales in Facebook's favor, and MySpace will eventually lose the race, and also most of its users. But Facebook wasn't the winner yet. This week in 2010, two hot new bombshells entered a villa. Instagram has just released and Twitter is now mainstream with over 50 million active users, which is still 10 times less than Facebook, but a limit of 140 characters per tweet, a bunch of celebrities with no PR training, and hashtags everywhere made it pretty #trendy. Hashtag. Boom! 2012 is here. Gangnam Style, The Avengers, Dark Knight Rises. You know what else just rose? The Instagram user count, as it's now around 30 million, which is pretty impressive because it's only been around for 2 years. And it's on sale right now. Right now? Right freaking now. On top of that, Twitter has also exploded with over 200 million registered users, which is more than 5. I think. Still, Facebook is sitting on its throne with over 1 billion users. But if Twitter manages to buy Instagram, they could have a pretty good chance of beating Facebook. Just bought Instagram for $1 billion, so go fuck yourself, Twitter. I know it's kinda depressing seeing all competition get steamrolled by our corporate overlords, but wait, who's that Pokemon? It's Snapchat! Okay, Snapchat isn't really a social media. You know what you use it for, you dirty little freak. Still, the reason why I mentioned Snapchat is because Facebook tried buying them too, but they actually said no, which was very surprising and respectable. Sadly, if they couldn't buy it, they would just steal it. And in 2016, Instagram stole stories from Snapchat, and ever since then, Snapchat's user base started permanently declining. So sucks to suck, I guess. Now, I can't mention 2016 without mentioning the boss, YouTube, as arguably 2016 was its prime. Edgy YouTube was alive and well, with Filthy Frank, iDubbbz, and Leafy standing on top. PewDiePie was doing his Scare PewDiePie show, and people actually liked the YouTube rewinds. Still, YouTube is more of a video sharing platform than a social media. However, a certain app that would merge these two concepts was just released in China. Douyin, later released in the West as TikTok. Remember how I told you that Instagram was impressive for reaching over 30 million users in 2 years? Well, Douyin/TikTok reached 100 million in 1 year. If I'm being honest, the entire idea of TikTok is genius because it took the best ideas from each social media and combined them. They copied the core of YouTube, but instead of becoming just another video sharing app, they simplified everything, so uploading videos is super easy. That's why you see so many old people accidentally record themselves. Grandma just wanted to open Facebook, and now she's a niche internet micro celebrity. To make people addicted, they took inspiration from the Facebook news page and created their very own algorithm called the For You page, also known as For the Chinese Government page, or 中国政府页面, because TikTok is getting sued for $530 million for sending user data to China. Twitter had the final ingredient, and it wasn't an AI integrated chatbot that's also an anime girl that keeps on repeating she's 22 years old. It was actually the character limit that tweets used to have, and TikTok just copied this gimmick and put it on video length. Finally, we have a super addicting app that is also the most downloaded in the world. The worst thing is, for the first time in history, every other social media had to adapt. So now we have YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, Snapchat Spotlight, and I don't even know what else. So short form content is the new norm, and everyone's attention span is about 15 seconds on a good day. Even so, the content still is at least decent. It requires a small drop of soul, but not for long. Welcome to 2023. 11 Labs has just released. It lets you replicate any voice you want thanks to AI, and in an instant, everyone's feeds are filled with the US presidents playing Minecraft with each other. It was a fun trend while it lasted, however, it also made 11 Labs really popular. Everyone realized just how convenient it is to use an AI voice. I mean, it takes a few seconds to generate multiple sentences. Wanna hear a fun fact? In 2023, 15 billion AI images were created, and most of them were discernible from the real ones. But the industry was rapidly evolving, and soon enough, AI videos became a thing too. There's a comparison on YouTube that shows an AI video of The Rock eating rocks in 2023 and in 2024. The difference is staggering. If we finally skip to the present, AI videos are mostly unrecognizable from the real ones. And if you remember, ChatGPT received a huge upgrade to its image generation, so it's now super accessible and it takes less than a minute. Oh, son of a bitch! Because it's so easy, every single social media is flooded with AI content, and things like Italian brain rot start taking over the internet. Okay, let's say you take a peek at your younger sibling's crusty ass, dirty, covered in breadcrumbs tablet, and instead of them watching nursery rhymes or those fruits that are like really good at dancing and are actually really enjoyable to watch, they're watching this. Okay, YouTube Shorts might be cooked, but at least I have Instagram. I just saw someone die. Damn. Okay, what about Facebook? I know I'm exaggerating. Nonetheless, the fact that on February 26th, Instagram recommended gourd to everyone and they got away with it is insane. To sum it up, social media has changed a lot throughout the years, and instead of being a place for self-expression, it's now a collection of super addicting feeds. I can only guess where we're heading next, but with the recent YouTube Shorts takeover, it's not looking great. Still, you look great, and you should like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.